Hey guys! He just shot up. Welcome back to my channel. So last night when I finished filming my first video, I asked you guys if you wanted to see like a life update kind of thing. I think that's what it's called. Basically, a lot of you have been asking me what's going on and like are confused by my posts and seeing me posting that I'm in the hospital and all my IVs and my PICC line and stuff. So I asked if you guys wanted a video kind of explaining what's been going on. It was very obvious you guys did. So I figured, let me address everything. That way you guys know what's been happening and that I am currently okay. Plus, there's going to be a little bit of advice in this. So backstory, I decided to change my lifestyle. I started working out every day and I started eating healthy. I started working out and eating healthier, doing the 21-day fix, which I totally recommend and I absolutely love. And so normally when you change your diet and start working out and stuff, your body reacts to it. So when I first started getting pains, I just took it as that and I was throwing up every time I worked out. And I took it as, you know, it's just pain. And so I texted my cousin, who is like a fitness trainer, and she explained that like that's normal. It's just my body, you know, getting used to what's going on. I've changed everything, so it's just adjusting. So it's like, okay. So that was about Saturday that it started. So I had this really bad abdominal pain. It was all here, and then it went to my subpubic area. It was really bad. The pain continued, and my parents were like, it's probably just gas. So I was like, all right, I guess I have gas. And I had also messed up my birth control, so I was like, maybe I'm getting cramps, and like maybe all that's messed up because there was pain in the lower like pelvic area. So I was like, maybe it's that. So fast forward to Friday, I'm going into work, and I'm just like not with it, and I can't handle myself. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And I'm just freaking out, like, what's going on with me? I take my phone with me to take out the trash at work because the store hadn't opened yet. And I call my mom, and I'm like, Mom, I feel like I'm going to pass out. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm going to puke, and I'm just going to fall on the floor and die. Like, that's it. My dad goes out, and I'm home alone, and I'm just watching TV, and I'm basically, like, half dead. And I can't move, and it's just really bad. And then all of a sudden, I like rush to the bathroom and I'm puking. And it's not like a little bit of vomit like it was like every other day that I was puking. It was like bad. And I was like, oh no, do I have like food poisoning or what is it? Like what's going on? Do I have a stomach virus? And I ordered myself some soup. I threw it up immediately. And so my dad came home and I went to bed and whatever. I wake up Saturday. And I had thrown up a lot throughout the night, but I started to feel a little better. So I was like, let me try and eat like a bagel because, you know, that should be easy. And I took a bite and I couldn't hold it down. And then I just didn't eat for the rest of the day. And I barely drank anything, so I was very dehydrated. Sunday comes and finally my parents are like, you're going to urgent care. I'm there and I'm throwing up. Doctor comes in and she runs a bunch of tests. And I have to say she was absolutely amazing. So when she finally came in at the end to give me like her final diagnosis, she was like, you need to get to the emergency room immediately. I get to the hospital and immediately I get my own room in the emergency room. And they come in and they see how much pain I'm in and they take my temperature and I have like 103 fever. And so then they're like, do you need pain meds? And I'm like petrified to go on pain meds because I don't want to become addicted to anything. So I look at my dad and I'm like, can I have pain meds? And he's like, yes, like, it's okay. And I was like, all right, because keep in mind, I couldn't walk. I could not roll over. Like, I couldn't do anything. She was like, okay. And so they gave me some morphine. Then my dad heard them talking, and they were like, this girl is really sick. Like, there's something really wrong with her. And so I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, what's going on? So they come back in, and they tell me that my white blood cell count was a 24. So it's normally supposed to be at most a 12. So a little while later, my heart starts to, I guess, slow down. Not really sure what the medical term is. So they take me out of my room and they put me right next to the nurse's station, so I'm like the first person that everyone can see. And that way I was being like supervised at all times. And I'm connected to all these different machines and I have all these wires on me. And I'm waiting to go get my tests done. I get all my tests done, and not even like an hour after my CAT scan, one of the surgeons comes down and they're like, so you had appendicitis and your appendix perforated. Basically, what that means in regular terms is my appendix had an infection inside of it and it couldn't handle it anymore. I waited too long. It pops open, pieces go everywhere, and all the poison that was inside of it, it's all this bad bacteria, is now in your body. The infection spread to my blood, so I was septic, and that's why my body was shutting down, and that's why my heart rate was so low. So I had 3 infections overall, and it was just really bad. So they were like, basically, we can't perform any surgery. We have to wait until the infection's cleared. So you're going to be on heavy antibiotics, and you're staying the night. And I was like, okay. And then they tell me I'm NPO, meaning I can't eat or drink anything. So the only water I was allowed to have was if I had to swallow a pill, which was once a day. And now I've never been in the hospital. I've never had stitches. I've never, anything. And so, they're drawing blood from me every day, a couple times a day. I'm on potassium. I'm getting heavy antibiotics. I'm on painkillers, like crazy stuff. Like the morphine wasn't even working. It was terrible. I couldn't move out of my bed. I had to have a nurse or a PCA, someone come and help me. I was the sickest patient on my floor, and I was also the youngest. So I had a lot of people watching me, which it's really embarrassing when you're 20 years old and you're supposed to be in your prime, and you have someone helping you out of bed and helping you turn over, and you have your family members helping you to shower because you can't do it yourself. You're wearing diapers because the medication's making you so sick. It's just terrible. Adult Depends, y'all are comfortable as hell. So you should sponsor me. Yeah, I've learned to laugh about it now, but it was definitely a very low point. And so I was hooked up to all this stuff. I had CAT scans 3 days in a row. I got blood taken a couple times a day. I was on heparin because I was at risk for blood clots. I had 4 different IVs infiltrate on me. It was terrible. So finally, they tell me that I can get a PICC line. So that's what this is. It looks like a regular IV. Right here, sorry, there's blood there on that sponge. So they insert that. They take a catheter and they put it through there, and basically it goes from this vein all the way up to here to my main artery. Yeah, so I have to give myself a really heavy dose of antibiotics through this every day. Once I come home for Thanksgiving, I will have surgery. Yeah, so my advice to all of you is that when your body is telling you something, please listen. Don't be like me. Don't ignore it. Don't be stubborn. Don't try and self-diagnose and be like, it's just gas. They told me if I would have gone in maybe a couple hours later, I would have died. And so I could say that and I'm like okay with it now. But it's pretty scary when you actually feel your body like going into shock and shutting down. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who sent me well wishes while I was in the hospital, and everyone who's reached out to see how I was and what's going on. It means a lot to me to know that you guys care. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. It means a lot to me. And also let me know if you have any video ideas and suggestions. I would love to do what you guys want to see.